we can start the video. Midst this bloodbath, a comet or alien spaceship. Why the NASA can't explain 31 Atlas. Okay, so this is looking really interesting. So we will jump right in. We'll play the rusty old space view 1984. We will watch this now. Okay, we will be strong. We clench our teeth. All right, we'll jump right in and we will get there. This is how we do. Okay, so blind video reaction. Without further ado, let's go. Quickly dust off the cassette tape. Yes, Queen, we're gonna do it. Good. Okay.
You floated the possibility that 3i Atlas is alien technology in order to distract us from the Epstein files. My response to that is go to Amazon right now and purchase a 0.5 meter telescope, because that would allow you to see the object in the sky. I cannot really fake it. It's not something I can create with a Jewish laser. Because it's so far away, it's like 4 times the Earth-Sun separation, and the Hubble Space Telescope, the Webb Telescope are looking at it in the context of 3i Atlas. This is the 3rd interstellar object discovered on July 1st, 2025. And what was special about it, first of all, the brightness was so large that if you were to...
Yes, TC Jewish lasers, okay? Like, are you illiterate? What the heck? They introduced the iron beam, okay? You're dyslexic. You're dyslexic about it, TC. there are Jewish laser systems, okay? There's nothing wrong about having a laser and being Jewish, okay? So like that's what's up. That's what's up. So like, let's see what else this gentleman brought to the table here.
Assume it's a solid object. It had to have a diameter of 20 kilometers. That's bigger than Manhattan.
I enjoyed that he said, like, assuming that it's a solid object. It brings to the table that it could also be gas. Like, imagine flying gas through space, bruh. I think that's like some wild stuff, bruh.
An island twice as big as the asteroid that killed the dinosaur. And it's just extremely rare. Okay, so I calculated.
Frenchman's Gulch. This town is new to me.
Hey, not sneaky dude. Like, what brings you here?
I guess with everyone similarly disadvantaged, there's scant chance of misadventure. I'm out. Well, this is well timed. You gentlemen mind if I take his spot?
If you play his hand.
You play them cards, Fancy Dan.
And as for names, my horse is Dan. I'm Buster. Buster Scruggs.
Buster Scruggs. The run from Riata Pass. And this pistol. And if I don't.
Oh!
Well, first of all, there should have been hundreds of thousands of Oumuamua-sized objects. That was just the size of a football field, 100 meters or so. And there are
hello, not big druids.
many more small objects than big rocks. But more importantly, interstellar space can deliver a rock of 20 kilometers at best once per 10,000 years. If you take all the rocky material, pack it into 20-kilometer rocks, once per 10,000 years you can get one to cross.
I think like what could happen here is like sample size bias. Like when you take to account like the huge dimensions of like space itself, and then like also take into account that like our optic technology is yet to be capable to fully grasp imagery from space. I think it's then like quite telling that you are running danger of like falling victim to sample size bias, just due to the mere scale of space itself.
The inner solar system at the speed of 3i Atlas, and we saw it after 1 decade of surveying the sky. So that was unusual. And then more dramatically, the trajectory of this object is exactly aligned with the plane in which the planets orbit the sun to within 5 degrees. And that coincidence is 1 in 5
You don't know what happened, ma'am. You don't know. You're like hiding the gun type shit. Yeah. Oh.
100. Okay, for it to lie exactly in the plane, it means that along its path, it can come very close to several planets. In fact, it comes very close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. And it wouldn't be able to do that if it came at an angle. And moreover, it arrives closest to the sun when the Earth is on the opposite side of the sun. So we won't be able to.
Okay, we got check the gallows. So we will do this real quick. We'll do this. Let's look what dropped there. Man, we will watch this. We will watch this video. Is it a long one, Jules? Absolutely nothing. I assume it's a short video, so we can look. What was that shooting for? For what? 30 seconds, okay.
Mo verstorben. Mo verstorben.
Mo verstorben. What? Queen! Oh, don't worry. Okay, like it was a short video. It was a short one. Turn off the AI. I have AI translation. Why are they doing that? Why? Jesus fucking Christ, man! Like, why do they always assume that we're like not capable of like speaking English, bro? Oh.
To observe it, and that's the best point to make a maneuver using the sun's gravity. Moreover, it came from a direction in the sky that is full of stars. It's the direction of the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And so I was a co-author of a paper that said, is Atlas alien technology? And of course, if it is alien technology, you can't do the calculation of the mass in rocks in interstellar space because this object is targeting the inner solar system. And, it will pass closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025. I got a text message the other day from someone who said that he is trading options on the volatility of the market with an expiration date of October 29th in order to make money. And I immediately thought, I don't know if there will be meaning to money if this object turns out to be technological after October 29th. If you want to take a vacation, take it before that date. Because who knows what will happen. Now it could be a mother.
I think like overall and in general, it's quite advisable to keep an open mind. Like as you said, like because it is in the realms of possibility that it could be a technological object. What in the war?
Ship that releases mini probes, that they come to Earth. The Galileo project that I'm leading is looking for unidentified anomalous phenomena, and we have now 3 observatories, and we will check if after October there is more activity. That would be interesting to check. But as of now, people, astronomers, what you will hear is the sort of the party claim that this is a comet. A comet, by the way, just like a zebra is identified by its stripes, you tell it by the cometary tail. Okay, that's what distinguishes a comet. And in this case, just yesterday, there was the first analysis of the image from the Hubble Space Telescope of this object. And guess what? There is no tail. But more importantly, there is glow.
Put fuel in the fire, Jules!
In front of the object. Instead of behind it.
Headlights. It's got headlights. You're not celebrating Halloween this year. That's the take-home message.
Just as an English to English.
What the fuck?
Translation, if I'm summarizing, there is a large rock that
We have a revolver, DC, use it!
most scientists think is a comet that is bigger than the size of Manhattan, hurling towards space or hurling through
Save 100. Choose repeating it.
Space, potentially towards the Earth, that you believe may be alien technology, potentially a mothership, does not have any of the signs of a comet, but has headlights potentially or a glow environment. And it's scheduled to arrive potentially on Earth on October 29th? Is that accurate?
Not to Earth, but to get closest to the sun. Its path.
But Avi, it's gonna appear when we can't see it, which would be the best time for it to make a sneaky maneuver.
Yes, exactly.
It's like an interesting speculation going on there. Like take into account that they are not capable and like also unknowing like to find out like if it's alien tech or not. Like that they also like embrace the fact that this could be a maneuver scheme going on there. So like long story short, like as I say, like it's very advisable to like keep an open mind and like it could be that it's like alien tech. Though like I think like the thing about this is like I'm like always asking myself the question, what would aliens want from us? Like what? Like we're low key yet not capable of like this, like not all like I think we're a very good example, like the antidote for this. So like the human populace is yet not capable of like ending wars altogether. Just like when you take this into perspective, like if you talk like propulsion technology that is so vast that allows you to travel intergalactic distances. Like imagine if you want to put it as an analogy, destructive capability of such a system. And this is like always then the question that like somewhat like haunts me. And like Neil deGrasse Tyson one time stated that it would be more likely that aliens think we are not intelligent. Like basically they pass by Earth and look at the planet and say, nah, there's no intelligent life on Earth. It just due to the mere fact that we are like still conducting wars. And I think that's a very interesting angle Neil deGrasse Tyson took here. To coexist, they found another life form. They've already been here and stated they'd return through hieroglyphs. It could be multiple reasons, you don't know. Well, it could also be that we have like a patron species that basically like set us on path. This could also be a clear way of like especially explaining like theologic views, mystical views, like stuff like that. And I think like hieroglyphs, that's like one of the languages that like one day when I have like the resources and the will to engage with this, like it's a language I'd love to learn because it's so advanced. It's like super efficient in terms of like understanding, and it's like working with pictures, which is wild. So I think like it's about the saying like a picture says more than 1,000 words.
I mean, you can argue like my colleagues do and say, the trajectory, it's just a random trajectory that happens to be fine-tuned and so perfectly aligned with all these planets. And, it's a coincidence that it happened to come closest to the sun when we can't see it. And it's a coincidence that it passes near all these other planets. By the way, even if you take this trajectory and just arrange for a random arrival time, you get 1 in 20,000 chance of it coming as close as it does to Jupiter.
I think that's an interesting claim. Like when you go probabilities, especially like calculations on like probability, and like calculate the probability of you yourself existing, you get a huge unlikeliness taking place, which is like wild. Though of course, like what he says, like it makes sense in a way to deduct that it's the right time for arrival due to gravitational circumstances. Because especially when we talk like highly advanced civilizations, like maybe they invested extremely in optics and are capable of like calculating the trajectory an object will take from or like across certain deltas within space to then like finally calculate, okay, like this planet could carry life, so we're gonna gravity jump like from point A to point B, especially like if it's about probing, like not investing as much resources and energy into something, like more like leveraging nature in order to navigate by itself, like speaking of the perspective from the object itself. It's way maybe I know something. These stupid people don't even deserve your time talking about them, and even if you have to waste your time walking about them, voila! You will curse their generation for destroying the peace of the world. Girls on a mission. And it's like, I don't know if that's not mayhem the witch material. I don't know what is.
You're gonna work hard! So you sir! You're gonna be committed! So you sir! You're gonna jump down that hole!
Since the Earth is destroyed now, we have to destroy other planets with these losers? Nah, dude. You really think the universe is way too precious for having these motherfuckers? Yeah, but I can't see. I'm really bad at Sibao. I tried it once, so I failed miserably.
Mars and Venus. It just fine-tuned in the sense that it also comes closest to those planets. Those planets are moving around the sun, in a circle, each of them. And they get to the point where 3i Atlas is just when it arrives there. Like, how can that happen?
Maybe you're crazy. Maybe they're just going to say, Avi's crazy. But is this sort of the way we have to think? Meaning, if you're going to open up the possibility that...
I think, like, also, like, to furtherly theorize here, it could be that the primary technology hub is placed outside the bounds of the solar system, and they are probing with not as technologically advanced technology in order to circumvent for the edge case that another alien species captures mentioned object in order to conduct intelligence measures upon this object in order to gain intelligence from this supposed theoretical intelligence actor outside the boundaries of our solar system, sending such a probe towards the solar system. I'm going big brain mode. I appreciate it, RGDP. The two SS looks like snakes for a minute. Yeah, like it's like funny. Like I like this emote.
There's extraterrestrial life. It's got 1 million or billion years of head start on us. You have to open your mind to the possibility of what if. And so every time you see something,
it is a very good advice. Like I always like jokingly state, like people are like dunking on thinking whilst introducing terminology like overthinking, where I am then like often jokefully ask, like, if there's overthinking, is there like also middle thinking or underthinking? No, like thinking is thinking. And like allow yourself to think and also engage with such theories, because like it makes your brain very agile when you conduct to such thoughts, because it clearly opens up additional angles you might overlook otherwise, which basically also furtherly grants the edge our populace has over other genetic animals. Like we are able to additionalize our way of thought due to theorizing itself. Like you have like random points of interactions being expressed as theories in order to conduct a brainstorming with multiple characters, which is highly efficient in my humble opinion.
That we can't yet explain or we can't yet measure.
Because like to furtherly emphasize this, like just the mere fact that we are here like gathered right now, we have multiple possibilities in order to angle this information piece. Like we can do like swarm intelligence stuff, which is super nice.
We get to open our minds and say, what if? What are the possibilities? What's the clinical, scientific, quantifiable way to examine it, rather than just dismiss it?
Yeah, or assume that it's the same as we have seen before, because that's the usual approach of scientists, of anyone. And my point is that, in fact, I suggested establishing a new scale between 0 and 10 which is now called the lobe scale, because I suggested it a month ago, and there was actually a paper yesterday that I co-authored about it. And the idea is a 0 would be an object that definitely shows a cometary tail, okay, or looks like an asteroid, has all the characteristics that we are familiar with of a rock or an icy rock. That's 0. And 10 would be an object that is definitely technological because it maneuvers or has some art.
But this is also very interesting of interpreting such data, like basically scaling it so that you have like a probability scale where you can address certain scenarios to basically scale them in terms of likeliness. It's a lovely way of interpreting things.
Artificial lights, or has some unusual shape, or transmits signals, something, or has releases much more heat than you expect from the solar illumination. It has some engine that gives it additional heat. All of these signatures would raise a flag. And if it looks like it's technological, then there needs to be an organization that is international, because the aliens do not care how we split territories on this rock that we were born on. There is much more real estate out beyond Earth, and they would be completely amazed that we are worried.
They're like hippies. They don't believe in borders.
No, I mean, what we decide here on Earth is very local. We are obsessed with it. All our politics, geopolitics is all.
What propaganda are we even watching, Jules? We're watching propaganda from NASA, okay? And whilst we do so, we explore new ways of thinking, okay? Not just about Israeli lasers like the Iron Beam, like also like interstellar travel by xeno beings, okay? So like in that sense, it's like the good shit, Jules. It's a good shit.
All about territories, and they would think, who cares? This is a tiny rock out of billions of them out there. But so they would not distinguish us based on the nation that we belong to. So therefore, it will be a problem of humanity as a whole. And this organization needs to be international.
Gibberish, RGDP, really gibberish. They're talking, okay? They're vocalizing letters to make the air vibrate, okay? This is a profound matter we're like currently observing here. This is history unfolding.
So my recommendation is there should be an organization, because we are worried about existential threats from artificial intelligence. There is a lot of talk about it. From climate change, there is a lot of talk about it. From an asteroid impact, there is modest talk about that. But I'm saying another type of threat would be alien tech. Okay, and there should be an organization that decides what to do. Why? Because when we imagine, in the context of Contact, the film or the book, if we imagine detecting a radio signal from a star that is thousands of light years away, there is no urgency. There is plenty of time, because it would take them a lot of time to reach us. Even if we respond, we have time to respond. There is no immediate threat. But if you have a visitor in your backyard, you immediately need to decide what to do about it. And that depends on the intent and the capabilities of the visitor and the specific characteristics of the visitor. And each visitor deserves special attention. So I
think like what also could be a way of, like, in quotes, coping with such a situation being present in terms of like reacting to contact. I think it's also advisable in that regard to go ahead and basically provide infrastructure which grants then like a very fast way to basically coordinate, like if you want, a form of intranet which basically connects universities with one another in order to then react very fast and have a channel established that basically grants exchange in order to cope with such a scenario then like taking place.
My point is, this organization, when in the next decade, the Rubin Observatory will discover an interstellar object every few months. We're entering a new phase now. In the past, in the last 8 years, we discovered only 3. Okay, so now every 3 months there will be a new one. And we need to develop a strategy of how to deal with things that are high on this lobe scale of risk, that are above 5, let's say. We need to develop a response to that, especially if it's close to 10. We need to decide how to deal with that. And we haven't thought about that. There is no such organization, and nobody discusses it. There is a fundamental question whether that was a result of a visit by some interstellar gardener that decided to.
All right, Jules, like if you go eat, I hope you have a cozy eat, and when you wake up, an amazing day. Bye. Love you so much. Take care. Till later.
Introduce intelligence into this planet, and we just don't know because it's not documented. Humans documented history over the past 8,000 years or so. And one reason I'm seeking intelligence in interstellar space is because I don't often find it in academia.
I've been under the assumption that the process of evolution, the way I was taught as an undergraduate in graduate school, was accurate. Am I supposed to entertain the possibility that there was an interstellar visit from a being that inserted intelligence into our evolutionary DNA?
It's possible. And let me bring another possibility. We think that 66 million years ago, there was a giant rock the size of Manhattan Island that killed the non-avian dinosaurs. What if that was not a rock, but some giant thing that collided with Earth to reset the biological life on Earth? Or, there are all kinds of events if you go back hundreds of millions of years. And we just don't know. It was never documented. We don't know what happened. We know that the common ancestor of life, it's called Luca, the last universal common ancestor. Right now, it was dated by DNA to have appeared 4.2 billion years ago. That was the Earth formed around 4.5 billion years ago. And within 300 million years, life started with this common ancestor. And we don't know where it came from. It could have come from Mars because Mars cooled before the Earth. It's a smaller body. It had more surface area for its mass than the Earth, and therefore it could have cooled earlier, and life could have started on Mars. We know it had lakes, rivers, oceans of water, just like Earth. And, we know that the two planets exchanged rocks. And if life started, if Luca was first on Mars and delivered to Earth with a rock, this is called panspermia, that's the delivery of life in rocks, then what Elon Musk is trying to do right now is return to our childhood home. In fact, there were astronauts, tiny astronauts, microbes in the...
I'm not gonna lie, this makes your brain block since you're not paying attention to what are they even saying. Which is like totally natural. Like sometimes, like I notice it myself. Like I watch something and my mind just wanders off. It's totally normal that this is like happening sometimes. If this is from NASA, where are the rockets then? I have no idea. Like it's like it could also be that we're like you're currently like being presented with imagery from an associated office, because they're like much like. There are like much speculations taking place, and like NASA was to deduct from the title, so I assume those are in a way NASA associates. Though, like I could also go as far as to state that these people are not like directly associated to NASA. Long story short, I think it's like nice to like hear those views and the angles they have, especially the that angle theorem on the past, because it is that way. We only have we don't have direct optical measures in order to look towards the past. I think it's like just from like feeling this theory. I think it's possible to look into the past with the right the right utilities of optics. Though, long story short, we clearly don't know if we are like from pansperm being introduced to this planet. We don't know if we had aliens visiting before. It is that way. It is that way because like the like there was like even a documentary, if I'm not mistaken, like, I've watched it, like where they said that like if we were to disappear, like we'd be like a very tiny layer within the Earth's crust. So like we could literally like disappear in to such an amount, like where like traces like of our existence are close to impossible to be derived from our current technological perspective, which is wild when you think about it. You're getting EP. All right, Mayhem. Like, if you go EP, I hope you have a cozy EP. And when you wake up, an amazing day. I love you so much. Take care. The later, Mayhem. The later. You want to go to EP? All right, TC. Don't worry. We're barely there. Did I see the meteor rock that started growing some type of venom-like substance that dropped on Earth? Not that I'm aware of, though. Like, this reminded me of like this of a movie scene like from Prometheus, if I'm not mistaken. I'm the yappiest, putting everyone to sleep. Yes, that's best case scenario. If you guys then I get EP and it's like so cozy. Don't worry, get EP. Totally fine, get cozy, and we will rock through the remaining around 22 seconds. You put everyone to sleep. It's your bad, Queen. This is your bad. You're bad for doing this. You're so sweet, Queen. What if we watch CS:GO 2015 edits? I think that'd be like kind of like hype type shit. So like I think it would be more like oh, nice kill there. Good aim. Oh my god. Like I don't know. Like I don't think I have like much to say. Like the stuff like this just tingles my nerves. So we can try it. We can certainly try like watching such a compilation. Let's see. 22 seconds. We will make it.
Cores of these early rocks that were the first.
Better than that. Don't worry. We can certainly like also come to this. Like you can always like join the Discord. And then like drop some video suggestions, like stuff you want to react to, like certainly we can try it. So, like I'm not like closing myself off to this. So like I'm okay with watching such videos. Though like it feels more like, you know, like I don't know, man. You're literally yawning. TC. You're yawning hard on this. Opening your mouth and letting out this huge yawn. Is it that, TC? Is it that what you're doing?
to make the trip from Mars to Earth, and it's possible that Luca, that started life on Earth, came from
like the thing that I see here is at most importance is interstellar travel by itself. Like there are asteroids made out of gold, asteroids made out of diamond and whatnot. The amount of resources and the very fact that we bash our heads for those resources on planet Earth, quite telling. See, if you found free money in your phone case, forget you put it there. Sometimes that happens. Like that's the significance about space travel, because we have people like bashing their heads on Earth. Like instead of like working together and like getting that resources from space, it's hilarious watching that. And it also like it's a testimony of a power mind. Being like not capable to find the way of cooperation in that sense. Secret money stash, yeah, it indeed is. Goes for both, like as for space, as for forgotten notes within phone cases.
From Mars, we don't know because we haven't found yet evidence for life on Mars, and when we find it, we can see if it looks just like ours.
Okay, I assume that that's it for What in the Baton. What in the Baton was an amazing video. Like unfortunately it's like I can translate it a little bit. The Comet, is it a Comet or alien spaceship? Like why the NASA can't explain 31 Atlas. This is a grammatical sensical. Was an amazing video. Like you guys link the video in the description, so go there, subscribe, like. It's always helpful, always cozy, because it was amazing work. I'm like pleased. My synapses got stimulated. You're 210 euros richer. Fortune might be on your side. Could be. Comments. Okay, like we have some comments. Like finally a video that's not AI. Bro, I feel this comment. All the alien invasion movies begin with people laughing at some scientist. bring it on. He's more afraid of the governments these days than aliens. Which is like wild, and especially like when we look at sensory measures taking place within England and whatnot. Like really stay cautious, because like those people, they always argue with protection. Right, I can tell you like who else argues with protection. It's like mafias. And when you look at like especially like fascist regimes, for example, like NS times, National Socialistic times, they also locked others away who had another thought. I think we're like all capable as humans in order to tolerate, do discourse and act like in accordance to governance. And I think like expressing ideas is always important to have a thriving society.